Welcome back to another episode of the Dunwoody Dialogues. We're so glad you're with us. Here we are. We're joining you. Wait a minute. Let me take my watch. Yeah, about lunchtime. Maybe you're about to go out to lunch. You need to have it ordered in because we can sit and talk, and we're going to share some great stuff with you today. We actually have somebody from the film and entertainment industry in the studio today. Before we get there, let me tell you a little bit about the Dunwoody Dialogues. Here, what do we do at Discover Dunwoody? We are the official, capital O, official destination marketing organization for Dunwoody. What does that mean? It means we try to get our hotels busy, we get our restaurants full of folks. There's a brand new restaurant that just opened up in front of the mall. If you haven't heard about this, Chubby Cattle just opened, so go check that out. And then go shop at our shops. Finally, we like to help out the city and talk about all of our parks, so go check those things out and use our website as a resource at discoverdunwoody.com. Now, here we are live broadcasting. We love to share new info with you. We like bringing in people that like Dunwoody and, well, quite frankly, maybe do something a little more unique in the Dunwoody area. So today, I'm so happy to share with you that we have in this live broadcast, we have a great guest with us today. Michael Sokol has joined us in the studios, worldwide headquarters of Discover Dunwoody. Michael, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
I'm so glad you're here. You're a producer. You are, officially a producer and production manager, and you moved into Dunwoody on a special day for the Braves. What was that day?
Yeah, it was the day that the Braves had their World Series parade, and I did regret that, having to watch and listen to the parade while we were opening boxes and moving furniture in. And I'm a huge Braves fan, so
so that's why it's notable.
It is notable.
Yeah.
It is notable, but the sacrifices you make.
So when you were moving in, literally the truck pulled up. It was the day and you moved out of some other local city, right? Where'd you move
I
from?
moved from Brookhaven into Dunwoody, yeah.
So it's a big move, about 5 miles-ish. Why Dunwoody?
Well, we wanted more house. That's number one.
Yeah.
And we were avid softball family, so we're big proponents of Murphy Candler softball.
Good.
We're also big proponents of having the convenience of my in-laws being 12 minutes away.
Nice.
So we didn't want to move too far away from them, and we love Dunwoody. Like initially we were thinking of staying in Brookhaven, but then when we started looking in Dunwoody, we loved what it offered, it was unusually quiet too. My first night sleeping, I looked to my wife and I'm like, I don't know if I can go to sleep. It's so quiet.
You need a little background noise.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we love that you picked Dunwoody, and you've got a long history in Atlanta. You went to Emory.
I did.
What degree did you get from Emory?
I got a dual economics and history degree, so I tell people I was pre-Jeopardy, but it never happened for me.
So interesting to me. Your degree has nothing to do with film and entertainment. How did you make that leap?
I was running a small business. I had started a small business while I was at Emory. It was a laundry and dry cleaning delivery service, and through doing that, I started doing live comedy, and I needed a hobby. I know.
I'm sorry. Before we started taping, we went through this. So you were running a laundry delivery service, and somehow you started a hobby.
Yeah. I had a business partner in there, and he wasn't the hardest working. And I'm like, why am I growing this business for two of us? And I started out doing comedy, improv comedy, and then just quickly learned to write. So I was doing sketch comedy, and then we started doing my comedy friends. We started doing a show for public broadcasting.
Okay.
And so that was my foray not only into shooting, directing, and editing, and producing. And so I was the producer of our group when we were booking out live sketch comedy shows. I was the one like managing our money and organizing our shoots, because we would have mixed media. We would do video in our shoots. When we started, it was at the time when production was becoming financially affordable and low budget. So cameras were becoming affordable and robust. The editing software was not as expensive, and and we were able to, just produce our own content. And so quickly, someone approached me about selling the business. I gave myself 3 months.
The laundry business.
The laundry business.
Okay.
Someone's like, hey, we were buying these all over campuses. Mine was at Emory, and so they were buying ours. And I gave myself 3 months to find a job at either writing or producing, and I got a job, thankfully, 2.5 months into that. And I was writing and producing with a group called FARK TV, F-A-R-K.
Okay.
And we were on Super Deluxe, Turner Super Deluxe. We got paid to do sketch comedy. It was all based on headlines. And so that was kind of my early foray into social media content, was
Wow.
FARK TV. It was a comedy show based on headlines. It was so much fun.
That is so interesting. And there's so many questions I have there, but I'm going to push through here. We have limited time, and I have so many questions I want to ask you. But I want everybody to know you're from Alabama.
I am.
Right? There's so many jokes about Georgia and Alabama. What's your favorite?
Well,
Totally on the spot.
okay. I love being from Alabama. I
Yeah?
will say that. I love being from Birmingham.
You
My
don't
brother.
really have an accent that I can, not a true Alabama accent.
I don't know what to
you?
do about that. I wish I had one. I do.
Okay.
I mean, people say that all the time. I
Yeah.
wish it was there.
Whatever
but
that means.
I don't know why I don't have one. My
Yeah.
parents sort of have a small
Okay.
twang.
Yeah.
I do say the word y'all a lot, and
That
people
works.
pick up from that.
Sure.
So, my brother has a joke. He's like, what the best thing to do in Birmingham is? Go to
What?
Atlanta. I mean,
Well, there you go. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
there we go.
All mine are a little more.
Yeah. I
mean
told the
to
PG
Birmingham.
joke I know. So there we go.
There we go. I like that a lot. Well, let's talk about your career. We got into a little bit of that. I'd love to know, what is it like to be a freelance producer? And as I had my own company for a while, and when this opportunity came up, and I was sitting at the kitchen table with my wife saying, hey, this position came up. It's with Discover Dunwoody. My wife said 2 things. Does it pay every 2 weeks? And does it have benefits? That is not something You're not seeing a steady paycheck. You see payments, and then you got to work, and then how do you manage through that, and what's your work like?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think first of all, you're always doing something different. Like, I've done commercial work, I've done reality work, I've done writing, purely writing. I've been paid to write screenplays. I've written my own where I'm pitching and developing my own projects. I've done branded entertainment. I've done promos. I've done a lot of feature films.
Wow.
So I'd say it's not that the freelance, the idea of being a freelance producer has taken me in those directions. I remember I just was one day, I'm like, I want to work in film. My friend was producing some films. We got barbecue one day, and he's like, I'm looking for
Barbecue's a theme, by the way.
barbecue. It is.
And you don't even eat meat. I think that's
don't.
fascinating.
I don't. At the time, I was eating meat. But,
Okay.
the better days,
Yes. Okay.
So, I just told him I wanted to get in. He was looking for a location scout, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, as a freelance producer, I have done locations a lot. In fact, when I was doing more creative, more narrative, less commercial based stuff, the nuance of finding locations always thrilled me. And soon in that process, he was like, well, they also had me being the production manager, where I'm running the day-to-day logistics of the shoot as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm used to wearing a lot of hats. I think I thrive on that. I thrive on doing various things.
You like change.
I like change. Lately, I've been doing a very consistent production where I'm line producing vertical dramas, which is one of the busiest parts of the entertainment industry in Atlanta right now.
What is vertical drama?
That's drama. It's like soap operas that are produced purely for mobile viewing.
Okay.
And
so
they're
literally
short.
the vertical on a camera,
Yeah.
or on a phone, I should say.
We shoot in the 9:16 aspect ratio.
Okay.
And they're short. They're 1 to 2 minute episodes, and you just scroll through them. And
So can I blame you for the reasons I get onto my Instagram reel and I'm 2 hours later, like, I've got to put my phone down?
that is the general idea of
Okay.
vertical drama.
So I can
Yeah.
blame it on you next time.
Sure. Think of me.
So you're here because you just produced a movie in Dunwoody.
I did.
Which we
I did.
as a matter of fact, physically, I think I could throw a football. No, I don't think I could throw a football that far, but it's about 5 football fields from here
It
north.
was a very. I was passing by it on my way here, and I'm like, this is appropriate.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the location of the movie was at the restaurant that is now called Stone Age BBQ.
Yes.
A lot of you folks out there maybe remember it was Memphis BBQ. It's actually the Stone Age Korean BBQ now. You cannot, and I think this is in the rules over there, if you will. I think it's written in stone somewhere. Oh, there's stone again. That it has to be a barbecue joint. So the restaurant can't be anything but a barbecue spot. But nonetheless, you went in there and produced a movie before it was renovated to the new folks. What's the name of the movie?
The name of the movie is We're So Dead.
We're So Dead. Explain that to me.
Well, okay, so the movie takes place on Christmas, and the staff is expecting a really big private party to come in, and they cancel last minute. Thus, the restaurant is dead. There is a patron that comes in, and she is a Karen, and she is dissatisfied with her life and the service she's getting, and she takes it out on the entire staff by going on an attempted killing spree. It is. And
again, we're so dead, as in now we are literally.
Now we're literally dead. Like
dead.
the servers are trying to literally survive the shift.
My goodness.
So it's a double. It's the idea is it's a horror film. It's shot in the style of a slasher movie, but it's really comedy first. There's no blood. There's no gore. Everything serves the purpose of a comedy. So all the deaths you're going to be anticipating them. You're going to want to see how each character meets their end. You're going to want to see, you kind of, in a way, the Karen is also the villain, but she becomes the hero because at a certain point you are, rooting for the death. And you're excited to see when it comes.
We really want to see all these characters die.
Yeah, and they're archetypes. If you've worked in the service industry, if you worked in a restaurant as a server, bartender, host, owner, even some patrons, we're gonna find things really relevant. But you're gonna find archetypes of servers that
I have never seen a data point on this, but I do wonder how many Americans have worked in a restaurant at one time or another, right? Most of us.
I would say a lot of us, yes.
It makes total sense for me. All right, so you've got some people that were in the movie. I've got some names here I want to mention. So Karen McLaughlin was in it.
Ken is the director.
Ooh, did I say Karen?
He can be a Karen.
Karen and Ken, are they interchangeable?
They are.
Okay, is Ken the male version of a Karen?
Yes.
All right. I did that on purpose, right? I just want you to know that was that was on purpose. So Ken McLaughlin, who spent 15 years in the restaurants, waiting for his moment. So this is his moment.
So yeah, I should also mention Darren and Ken are kind of now Darren is the bitchy waiter. He's had an online platform on Facebook with a huge following, all people in the restaurant industry.
Okay, now wait a minute. So Darren is from the Bitchy Waiters. The Bitchy Waiter, is this a social media platform? Or was this
yes.
a movie?
He's a social media personality.
Okay.
And Ken and Darren have been making content about the restaurant industry, short form content, for years.
Oh, wow.
And so I was a collaborator with Ken, and we had been working together. And around COVID, we're like, let's make the movie. We were dead set to make the movie.
If I was curious, I could go out and look for the Bitchy Waiter, and I'd probably find Darren.
Yes.
On social media.
He's amazing. He's such a charming personality.
Charming? He's not funny?
He's funny. He's endearing, and
Wow.
And that really comes across in his performance. He's
terrific.
So they've been making restaurant, blog posts, but a lot of video content, just about the service industry, and they had a nice following of people that wanted to see our movie. So it was pretty cool. We raised the money off of a crowd investment platform called WeFunder, where it's not like a traditional crowdfunding where you just give money. This is an investment.
Okay.
And it was important for us that we knew that a lot of their fans were going to be wanting to give money, and so we wanted them to have a piece of the film. You're talking about an industry of people that make $2.13 an hour. Maybe they don't have 401ks and retirement funds.
Probably
so
not.
for them to for them to invest money, it meant something to us, and we wanted them to be stakeholders. Even if they were giving $100, they're stakeholders.
So this is really interesting. A lot of these crowdfunding sources, if you don't raise enough money, the money goes back. So is this one of those where you had to hit a certain threshold?
We did. It was tough because this is an SEC regulated investment fund. So we had to hit 50,000, and we couldn't publicize it until we hit 50,000. You couldn't, quote, go public. So we raised.
So you literally was groundswell. You had to,
We relied on a lot of the fans, family and friends too, but mostly the fans. I think we got to that 50,000 with an average donation of $200.
Jeez.
So we had a lot of fans that were contributing. A lot of people, some people that were contributing thousands of dollars that we didn't even know.
That's incredible. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That's really
it's
cool.
an amazing. It emboldened us, really, in the process.
Yeah, it should have. All right, we got more people that were in the film.
Yes.
Jenna Cannell from Terrifier, yes, and it includes TikTok's Ethan Trace and Instagram chef Olivia Tiedemann.
Yes.
And I want to make sure we mention Aaron Goldenberg,
Yes.
another influencer. These are all great people that are these folks that a lot of people would know?
Yes.
Or okay, good.
Yes. They all have a really big followings, just like Darren. It was important to us to have the ideology. We're not making a film. We're starting a small business. Part of that is baking your audience into your script. We knew we were making a movie about the restaurant industry. We were writing it from the perspective of people that actually worked in the restaurant industry. But we also wanted to be able to sell the movie, and we needed, part of that is finding actors that have followings, right? We don't have a robust marketing budget like a big studio does, so we needed people that could sell the film. Bring in the influencers that have followings, but you wanted to cast people that could actually were funny, could perform well.
Right.
And so, I think we got very lucky that these actors wanted to work with us because they're all really talented and they have followings. That was just the icing on the cake. So, when you see Ethan and Aaron and Olivia and perform, you're going to see that shine through, that they're not just people with followings. They're really funny. And then Jenna I've known her for a while. She's wonderfully talented. It was definitely when she agreed to be the lead, we knew we had a star. She has a great following in the horror
That's
films,
good.
but she's really funny. She's really endearing. There was a scene in the movie that I was skeptical about when I was talking to Ken. I'm like, this is just too dramatic. And I was like, we should play it funny. And then when I saw the first cut and I saw Jenna's performance, I was like, man, we have heart in this movie.
Oh, that's cool.
And she really, I think for servers, people that have spent 10 plus years in the industry, they're going to see this scene and they're going to stop laughing for a second and maybe even get a little teary. We'll see.
Wow, that's really cool. So my daughter is a server,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear from her. I came out of hospitality too, I should admit, but I avoided restaurants like the plague. But my daughter has been very connected to being a server, and her entire being was connected to being a server at a restaurant. And the what she got out of that was so important. Emotional development was stupendous. So I can see how that could happen, how people can really get connected to a role of a server in a restaurant, in a show, because they could see themselves.
Yes, I think your daughter should come see the film. She will find moments that she recognizes. She'll recognize some of the archetypes, and she will love it.
I will. I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to go tell her that she needs to go see this. All right. So you filmed in Dunwoody, which we
Yes.
love. I think that's absolutely terrific. How was the experience of filming in Dunwoody?
Well, I should say I'm like less than 10 minutes from the restaurant.
So it was a little convenient.
It is. The convenient factor was high.
Sure.
High. Because,
Good.
you're shooting 12-hour days, going into OT a lot. Like, it's a nice, easy trip back. You forget something that's at my house, I can go grab it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I want to plug Regency Centers because they were amazing to work with. We definitely knew we needed a closed restaurant, like a restaurant that had recently closed, because all the infrastructure was going to be there. If we built it in a studio, which would be, you have to pay for the studio space, you have to pay for the construction, and then you have to build the sets. Like, the set was there.
Yeah.
And they were super convenient for us. They just, we needed it for a week of prep to, like, build, decorate the set. We had to, paint some walls. We had to put up some artwork. We had to make it fully feel like it's Christmas. And they, I feel like we asked for an inch and they gave us a foot, and they did it with a smile, and they were so easy to work with. We actually needed to go shoot a pickup shot, and the restaurant was pretty much still intact, and they were like, sure, go in and do it.
Oh, that's
and
fantastic.
So it was a great experience.
I love that. Well, so we are in Georgia, and there's been some bad, I'm going to call it bad press. There may be a better word for it. I'm not sure that I can think of it right now, where, film in Georgia is dead. I've heard that. Now, I've heard from a lot of folks in the industry that think it's, we're just simply at a pause. It's going to come back. What do you think the future is of film and entertainment in Georgia?
I want to be optimistic about it.
Okay.
I think it is going to come back. I think it's going to swing back in our favor. I think it may take a while, like a year or so. I from what I've heard, and this is just what I've heard, is that a lot of stuff went overseas. So it didn't just leave Georgia.
Right.
It left the country, and I think
so. That's an interesting point. The really highlight is that we have competing countries that are offering tremendous incentives to film there. And that's what, and I think Georgia's more impacted by that, because we have Canada and the UK. I've heard Australia. All of these countries are doing a great job of attracting these major productions. So how does that change?
Well, I mean, London specifically got a lot of productions.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, maybe London is lacking the workforce to take all that work, and so it's a struggle there. I mean, you can't get a work visa to go from an EU country into Great Britain. So that's one reason why I think there's some optimism that eventually they're going to see the benefits of Georgia and the U.S. You also have to acknowledge too that other states saw what Georgia was doing, but we have so much infrastructure here.
Right.
Do I think the industry is going to return to the levels it was once at? Probably not. But I do think jobs are coming back here, hopefully. I think productions are coming back. Actors like being here, producers like coming here. The landscape, the seasons. There's a lot of benefits to shooting in Georgia. But I also think, look, when the industry comes back, it may look different. It may not be all these $100 million productions coming back. I've told you I was working in verticals. Like, those are low budget. There are big players getting into low budget entertainment and content, and I do think that might be where it comes back to, is a little bit lower budgets.
All right. Well, good. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. There's so many people in our state that are very qualified to do the work that you and I were just talking about, all the work that you've done. We'd love to get them to work. So that would be a really nice thing. All right, let's come back to the movie. Tell us about when is it going to be screened, how can people find out more information, and where can people maybe even find you?
Oh, awesome. Okay. You can find me. I'll start with that. You can find our movie at we'resodeadmovie.com. Also on all the socials at we'resodeadmovie.
Good.
You can.
Is there an apostrophe behind the we?
No, you can't do the.
You can't do
can't
that?
do the apostrophe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We were trying to be disruptors, but not that
Not
much.
that disruptive.
Then we're having our premiere screening at the Plaza.
Good.
That'll be on September 22nd at 7:30.
The Plaza Theater is down on, what is that road? It's on Cheshire
on Ponce,
Bridge.
on Ponce.
Okay, Ponce. Oh, all the way downtown.
All the way downtown, Ponce.
Okay,
and North
good.
Highland. Yep. And then we're bringing it to the Burbs September 24th.
Good.
Wednesday night at Spring Cinema and Tap House, which
Great.
is one of my favorite theaters to go to. And
by the way, he asked us about this beforehand. We don't have a theater in Dunwoody, so perfectly fine. Let's talk about Sandy Springs. We love them.
yes, and then we're going to be at a film festival called All the Laughs. That's going to be downtown at Limelight Theater, and so we're
great.
screening on Friday, the 24th. And then we haven't finalized, but we are definitely going to Athens the next week, and we're going to be on campus likely on September 30th. We're hoping to lock that in soon. So
fantastic.
And then we go on the road. We're doing a road show. We're going to go New Orleans, Chicago.
Wow.
One more thing I want to plug, because I think this is the best, one of the best parts about our quote road show is that we're partnering with an organization called Giving Kitchen, which provides emergency relief to servers who can't work for whatever reason. And $2.13 will go for every ticket sold goes to the Giving Kitchen. Why that number is significant? Because $2.13 is the amount that a server, the hourly wage that a server gets. So we're partnering with the Giving Kitchen. We're hoping to raise a lot of awareness. They're a great organization. I also want to add, coming back to barbecue, it comes full circle. Our after party on September 22nd is at Sweet Auburn Barbecue. They're our restaurant sponsor.
Oh, great.
And we have to have barbecue after.
You have to.
Have to.
Well,
and what a
you filmed
perfect
at a
place
barbecue
to do
restaurant.
Yeah.
It's still barbecue. It's a barbecue now. It's another barbecue restaurant. Yeah. That's
so
good.
If you've never been there, it's one of my favorite
All right, good.
spots. So
we are very familiar with the Giving Kitchen here because Billy Kramer, who owns and operates NFA Burger, has an annual burger benefit that goes to the Giving Kitchen. That's the beneficiary, and raises money for them. Such an important thing. Servers who have been a server their entire life may not have the best insurance, but if they come down, God forbid, with some sort of illness, that's a long extended illness, they're going to have challenges. The Giving Kitchen helps them with those, with dealing with those bills. So we think they're terrific. Michael, thanks for being here.
Man, thanks for having me.
This was fun. I appreciate you spending time with us, number one. Number two, filming in Dunwoody, love that. But what a great thing. I love the topic. As a group focused on hospitality, we appreciate a little bit of humor that can make our lives a little better. So we appreciate you for that.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate
You bet.
it.
And then for all of you, thank you for watching. I am Mark Galvin, your host, and this show is produced by Discover Dunwoody. Our director is Madison Holtz, and we always want to remind you that we give away the Dunwoody sticker. So if you don't have a Dunwoody sticker on your car, on your laptop, on your kid's door to his bedroom, we want you to pick up a Dunwoody sticker. So we have them here at our office, or you can always go to the city, go to the library, go see Billy Kramer. We give them all out all over the place. As a matter of fact, we put a big old stack on Stephen Fortenberry's desk at Dunwoody High School, so you can even see him and get a Dunwoody sticker. Thank you for watching us. Please follow us on all of our social media channels. That is at Discover Dunwoody. We're always talking about all the great things going on in Dunwoody, including all the brand new restaurants that have opened in Dunwoody. There are 44 of them that have opened over the last 3 years. And also check out our website, discoverdunwoody.com. We have all the events going on in Dunwoody. We list them there, and all of the restaurants. We have a huge database there, so go check that out. Well, Michael, thanks again for joining us. Love hearing about the movie We're So Dead. I'm going to make sure I go catch that premiere. I think I'm going to go to the one that's downtown because I love the Plaza Theater. I saw a movie there. I'm going to totally date myself. The movie We're Having a Baby.
Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah.
She's Having a Baby.
Having a Baby.
I totally killed that. Who was the director of that? John Hughes.
Oh, okay.
It was a John Hughes movie.
I saw The Big Lebowski.
At the
screen
same
there.
place?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great movie, too. Well, anyway, it'll bring back some memories. I'll definitely go downtown to catch you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And then all of you, thanks again for watching. Now, come Discover Dunwoody.